Major headline here, 38 Kwara abductees rescued, 51 Niger pupils return home. I won't relent, says Tinubu. Alleged 1 billion debt claim, First Bank, Access Bank, Zenith Bank. MDs risk imprisonment over disobedience of court order. We have many of the stories inside the papers. What do we have in the Nation?
Okay, let's start with this one that is good about kidnappers. Protests as Edo government demolishes another kidnappers den. Residents of Iyowa community in Ovia, northeast local government area of Edo State, have staged a peaceful protest over incessant kidnappings in the area. The protesters, they blocked the Benin-Akure highway for several hours, demanding an end to kidnapping for ransom in the locality. They said it's too much. Some residents also said that the husband and wife who were abducted last Saturday, that they demanded for 50 million naira ransom. The way that they call this money, I don't understand. Operatives of the Edo State Special Security Squad have arrested 2 suspected kidnappers. They were negotiating a ransom of 500 million naira for the release of one of their victims. The suspects, Anthony Ebemewe and Luke Disemo, had earlier collected 30 million naira for the release of Blessing Nusa, and they were still asking for more. The operational base of the kidnappers, they said that in that Ovia, Northeast local government, has been demolished, and the coordinator of the Edo State Security Squad, Mr. Noah Idimodia, said dismantling of the hideout was in line with Governor Monday Webolo's directive to adopt offensive security tactics. He said that these individuals have been in this trade for some time, and it is unfortunate. He said that let this serve as a clear warning that under Governor Webolo's watch, Edo State is not a safe haven for kidnappers and criminals. This is, but it's a good thing, like they keep calling them out, because whether you like it or not, people in the community, they know who these kidnappers are. They don't. They know, because if you have someone that is spending money and they don't have a source of income that is living on the street, you know. They should call them out. So
let me take a relief that is coming to the people of Lagos. The federal government has set aside December 12 to 17 to open the section 1 of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway for public use. So
alternative way.
You people on the other side of town. According to the Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, he says that during a review of the work, of outstanding work on the section of the 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar Highway, he said that, you know, they'll be opening that section for public use. Section 1 of the highway spanning 47.47 kilometers are 6 lanes and 2 carriageways. And he said that we also set aside April next year to have section 1 and half of section 2 fully completed and commissioned. He said that the contractor handling the project, that's high-tech construction company, has achieved more than 80% of the reinforced concrete pavement. And so he said continues to praise God for the work and praise the contractors. But congratulations to you people.
At least for Christmas, we'll have it open.
Because, you know, I wanted to come to that side of town on Sunday. Just the thoughts that I could be sitting endlessly in traffic discouraged. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so I took a story. The 25-kilometer access road linking Lekki Deep Seaport to Ekpe Ejebode will be delivered within 21-month schedule, according to the federal government. They also described the project as highly viable and fully on course. The Works Minister, Dave Umahi, gave the assurance yesterday during an inspection of the project in Lagos, and he expressed confidence in the capacity and track record of China Harbour Engineering Company, CHEC. They said they are the contractors that are handling the project. He said that CHEC won the contract through a competitive bidding process, citing the construction of the Lekki Deep Seaport, Kefi-Makodi Superhighway, and the ongoing Makodi-Enugu Road. And according to him, he said the project is 50 kilometers in total, 25 kilometers by 2 carriageways, 6 lanes with major bridges of about 3.5 kilometers and 2.4 kilometers. And he says, I believe strongly that CHEC, China Harbour, will complete the job within 21 months. So he said a lot of things on how they are going to be carrying out the project.
Okay, yeah, so I have the story about the kidnapping, the fact that 38 people that were kidnapped in Kwara State have been rescued. The governor said he was excited and thankful. He said he appreciated the president. He said that the president supported in the efforts by the security forces and the government representative that they were able to secure the freedom of the 38 people who were recently attacked at the Christ Apostolic Church, Ekuru. He also mentioned that the president's personal involvement was what played a major role. the governor of Niger State said that 51 of the pupils were also from the Niger State's end of kidnapping. 51 were returned to their family, that they escaped. Yes, out of that they escaped. That it wasn't. He said he wants to debunk the report that it was like a mass kidnapping. That it wasn't like a mass. They carried people en masse. According to him, he said that it was a case of missing persons because these attackers came and shot into the air. And according to what they are saying from Google imagery, there is no mass movement of persons, but people running up and down was what took place, which is why maybe, according to them, only 51 have been reconciled with their family, and they said they have about 253 children, including 12 staff still missing with the abductors. It was a concern for me that how did they carry 300 people? Like, was there a bus? Was there, but you know, according to him, now it wasn't like there was that. They carried them at once, maybe whichever way.
They usually operate using bikes.
We still have 253 children missing, and we're praying that in a swift way they are able to reconcile them with the family. Of course, the defense headquarters has reassured Nigerians of mobilizing available resources to secure the release of the remaining pupils. He also mentioned that there will be withdrawal of that. He was speaking concerning the withdrawal of troops because you know there was speculation that there were troops positioned that were suddenly not available at the time when they were needed. He said Kebbi School had they were going to investigate the fact that they were stationed troops at the school and they were withdrawn 30 minutes before the attack as alleged by the governor, and that they were going to look into that. There's a whole lot that we're going to probably discuss later in the show.
Yeah, okay. Moving on now to the Daily Sun. Alleged 1 billion Nest Oil debt. First Bank, Access Bank, Zenith Bank, MDs risk imprisonment over court order breach. This is just advertorial that has taken half of the page. So many of our stories are inside. Let's take one story and then do a short break.
The president has ordered that all police officers deployed to protect VVIPs should be immediately withdrawn and relocated, reassigned to proper core areas of insecurities within the country. According to the statement from a special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the directive is emphasizing refocusing police manpower on essential law enforcement responsibilities, and the president has ordered the withdrawal of police officers currently assigned to guard very important persons across the country. And this is following a high-level security meeting he had yesterday, attended by top military and security chiefs, including the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Air Staff, the IG of Police, and the Director General of the Department of State Services. And the president has insisted that they deploy these police officers' protection to areas of core policing duties, especially on the undeserved communities where law enforcement presence is limited, like ones that we took just now. And now the directive has also said shifts the responsibility of protection of VIPs to the to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, which is the body that will be dealing with providing well-armed officers to VIPs.
Okay. I
think we don't even have enough, because the president also in the same story has approved the recruitment of 30,000 police officers. I think that we should join the NSCDC
for now.
For now,
yeah,
to
the VIPs can get private security outfits.
Yes, there are private security outfits who should get licenses to carry weapons, and you can use those ones.
For now, we need all hands on deck.
We should also look into why police officers like to be attached to VIPs.
The perks and incentives.
And give them motivation. Give them motivation.
Off your mic. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, the paper reviews continue. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're still reviewing the Daily Sun. Who's ready to go?
Yeah, so I have the story on, this one, the story broke over the weekend, but I just had to find a way to take it. Zakat board to wed and empower 400 orphans. So the Zamfara Zakat and Endowment Board says that it has concluded arrangements for the wedding of 200 orphans and the empowerment of another 200 in the state. The statement contains, of course, the ceremony is scheduled for Monday, November 23rd, today. And according to the statement, the executive secretary of the board, Malam Habibu Balarabe, said that the beneficiaries have already been screened and selected for the gesture. He added that during the mass wedding, the board will also empower additional 200 female orphans with capital to enable them to start small-scale businesses. He says the 200 orphans they had undergone a 3-week training in poultry farming, computer skills, adding that during the ceremony, they would then receive the starter pack to establish their businesses. And they said the board has settled the death cases of 200 persons at Sharia courts and correctional centers across the state, thereby securing their freedom. I'm like, okay, you know, we've argued this, we've had a question that is being married empowerment or giving people education empowerment. And as long as we're still doing marriage empowerment, I don't think that we're going to really solve the long-term problem facing Nigeria.
Yeah. Okay. So Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Ekpo, has expressed sorrow over the gas explosion that occurred on Friday, the 21st of November in Ona or Ara, local government area of Ibadan, Oyo State. So the preliminary reports indicate that the blast occurred while a gas tanker was offloading LPG into a 2.5 metric ton illegal skid situated within a densely populated neighborhood, resulting in extensive damage to nearby homes, schools, shops, and a church. The minister extends his condolences to the government and people of Oyo State, especially to the families of the confirmed fatalities as well as the many injured. He expressed and stated that the incident is tragic, needless, and entirely preventable, stressing that illegal facilities and unsafe practices pose unacceptable risk to communities. He added that no operator has the right to endanger public safety by cutting corners or setting up unapproved gas sites. He also assured that the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has begun a full investigation and urged residents and eyewitnesses to cooperate with regulators to determine the root cause and prevent future occurrences. He also reiterated that gas remains a safe and clean energy source when handled strictly in line with safety standards, noting that negligence, substandard equipment, and unlawful installations, not the product, cause accidents. That we should all stay safe and also be whistleblowers, that when you see something happening in your community, please talk about it so that you can protect lives.
Amazing. Moving on now to Vanguard. Alleged $1 billion Nest Oil debt claim. First Bank, Access Bank, Zenith Bank, MDs risk imprisonment over alleged disobedience of court order. Tinubu orders withdrawal of police officers guarding VIPs. OK's recruitment of 30,000 officers. We've taken that. Oyedepo to Christians. Take charge before genocide descends into anarchy. 50 students abducted from Niger Catholic School have escaped, according to CAN. Many of the stories are inside the paper. What do we have in the Vanguard?
So I have the federal government, Gencos reject federal government's offer to forfeit 50% of 5 trillion naira. So the federal government, according to the Vanguard, after FEC meeting in August, they reached an agreement to settle the 5 trillion naira debt, which was 5 trillion as at the end of June. You know, that they owed the Gencos to pay 50% of it. According to them, they described the 50% as a haircut, and they sent proposed contract to all Gencos except for Azura. I'm trying to remember if it's Azura. Let me not pronounce it wrongly. One of the Gencos, only one of them was exempted from the notices that was sent out. Azura Power West Africa. So they sent out each generation company, with the exception of that company, notices to accept 50% as, you know, final settlement of the 5 trillion naira debt, which the Gencos have immediately say no, we no go pay. They are not taking it. They are insisting on some other form of payment. The president had issued bonds to finance this and, you know, find a way to raise the monies, and he had committed to paying back the debt anyways. But I hope they find a resolution.
Okay. Any other story in Vanguard?
Yes, I do. I have a story of there was a, you know, we're taking stories inside the papers. So the NDLEA were able to smash a drug syndicate and seize meth cocaine hidden in machine cylinders auto parts as well in Lagos State. But the first break happened on Tuesday, 18th of November in Onitsha, Anambra State, where they found 2 men that showed up. One of them, a 30-year-old electrical appliance dealer, Lotawa Ozochukwu. He was arrested. He came in to carry the drugs. A few minutes later, the 51-year-old South Africa returnee, Christopher Ndubisi, showed up equally to pick up the drugs. The drugs they came to pick up was about 5 kilograms of methamphetamine, 10 kilograms of loud, 16 grams of cocaine, 200 grams of penacin, plenty other drugs. Those ones, they were caught. They now said that based on the 2 that showed up, they now also went to arrest the 2 people they were supposed to deliver those drugs to. Also in Lagos, at the Muritala Mohammed Airport Ikeja, there was a waybill number which is listed from South Africa on a TAG Angola flight on the 13th of November, and they said it was immediately seized upon credible intelligence that it contained drugs that was linked to these same people as well. So this is like a follow-up investigation. Then they said the NDLEA last Thursday on the 20th of November intercepted a brake auto serve. This is a part of the car, and it had 48 pellets and a block of cocaine with gross weight of 2.30 kilograms packed among other auto parts, and they were going to ship it to Gabon.
Ew.
So NDLEA continue doing your good work.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, this is for the men. The Crime Victims Foundation of Nigeria, CRIVIFON, has launched an initiative to support male victims of domestic violence, spotlighting a hidden but growing concern in Nigeria's victims support landscape. Initiative known as the HE Project was unveiled at the Foundation's 27th anniversary celebration at the Ikeja Police Training School. And they said that, that most men are actually the victims and not perpetrators, and they are always shy because of cultural stigma to come and record the case or to talk about it with their friends, because they'll be shamed, like, a woman is beating you. That in most homes, the wives actually beat the husbands. But out of shame, yes, the men just bear it, continue to bear it, and then they don't speak up. And, it now translates to a lot of mental health issues and a lot going on, So the project would focus on awareness, counseling, and cultural dialogue to help men break their silence. Kudos to
I agree. Men need to break their silence, and we should not shame them when they finally do. Thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we'll move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.